The American Top Team in Florida, owned, founded, ran by Dan Lambert. Now, this is the home of Colby Covington, Joanna, by example. It's where Tyron Woodley used to train. It's where Robbie Lawler used to train. It's where Dustin Poirier does train. It's where the BMF, George Masvidal, does train. So they started 3 days ago. Official no trash talk policy. Okay, how are you going to define that? Well, here's how we're going to define it. You can talk trash if and only if you have a signed bout agreement, and you can talk trash about and only about the person who you have an upcoming contest with. Now, we all understand where that came from. These guys started going at one another. I mean, you had so many greats at 170. Again, don't forget the lineage of the championships. Robbie Lawler was in there. T. Wood was in there. Colby Covington's in there. The BMF is in there. They're all the same weight class. That's right now. If I wanted to back up a little bit, Hector Lombard used to be in there. Same weight class. So you get a little bit heavy. You get a little bit of egos. I mean, look, I think what we saw unfold out there might be a more extreme case than we've seen unfold, but it was only more extreme because it was public. I can tell you in our old Team Quest days, we had Chris Lieben, Ed Herman, Nate Quarry, Matt Lindland, Dan Henderson, Evan Tanner, myself, all in the same weight class. Matt Horwich, Josh Haynes, all in the same weight class. We were so middleweight heavy, and there is ego and there is competition. I mean, there's no reason to hide from that. Nobody's stepping out of anybody's way. This is our team. This is our group. We love one another, but we will compete. The difference that ATT went through largely, and I think everybody at every gym could tell a very similar story to the one that I just did, where ATT was a little bit different as it became public. It left the room. We had massive infighting with the guys that I just named, but it stayed with us. And I think everybody else that was to tell a story could tell that same one. ATT, it left the room. That was the one thing that was different. So Dan Lambert comes in, he says, I'm going to change it. The question is, does that work, and how is that going to affect things? Well, let me personalize this just a little bit. When I was in college, our team had become very negative, and we all really liked one another, but we became really negative. And over the course of a wrestling season where you've got day in and day out, morning workouts, afternoon workouts, get your homework done, enjoy some kind of a social life, hit the road to the next town, make weight, do battle with another train killer, come home with the only thing to look forward to is that the following week you get to do all of those things again. It can just be really tough. It can be one of these pressure cookers. So our coach, I remember when he did it, Coach Kearney comes in, he goes, you know what? Done. This is over. I don't care if you guys swear. I don't care if you say something bad about yourself, about your teammate, about the program, about nothing to do. You say anything negative, you're out. And the day he did it was so weird. We're adults. We might be young adults. We might be 19 or 20 or 21 years old, but we're adults. Say whatever we want. Well, no. We started following this. We respected Coach's lead. We followed it. It worked. It took about 2 weeks. But it did change. It did change everybody's attitudes and everybody's mind. Because what happens when you stop talking trash? When you stop cursing, when you stop saying negative things? Well, what's left? The only thing that's left is you start saying positive words. And you start having a positive outlook and you start saying positive things. And I can tell you over a period of time, and as hard as it was for us as young adults, I can only imagine as you have adults that are closer to 30 years old, it's probably a little tougher to go, wait a minute, you tell me what I can say? Tell me what I can do? And Lambert didn't say no, absolutely not. He just said, before you do it, make sure you mean it. And to show me and the world that you mean it, sign a damn bout sheet. We'll figure it out from there. But until that bout sheet's signed, zip your mouth. It seems pretty straightforward to me. I mean, it's a little bit undone. It's a little bit unconventional, but it was also an unconventional, undone situation that he was in where he's watching his mega team start battling itself. I don't know that he had a lot of options. I think that Dan Lambert deserves a well done.